Well, guess what? We're technically still under disaster mode, or code gray, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Things are getting back towards normal, at least in terms of the ability to staff the hospital in a shift fashion without having to keep people here days at a time. And that's simply because we have a good feeling for how the transportation arteries are going to be as the shifts change. So many of the people that have been here for days in this building and just sleeping on cots and stuff can now go home and get some rest. I can tell you that people, I remember this kind of culture from when I was a resident and a med student, and you had people working really long hours, but we were all like 20-somethings with a lot of energy. But when it gets to be a situation like this, where you have an entire hospital staff that has to stick around for hours and hours, you're dealing with people at all different stages of life in terms of their age, in terms of the mileage that they have accumulated. And it's really quite an achievement for people to get together, pull together, and stay here for hour after hour after hour as the days march on. People generally do look tired. They do look a little afraid, but one thing I've noticed is that they tend to be a lot more careful as the hours roll on, as the fatigue rolls in, and I think that's about part of professionalism. And I've heard at one point there was a definition of professionalism is that a professional is someone who does good work even when they're not at their best. And kind of that's what I'm seeing here, people that take the time to double check, make sure they're thinking it through right before they act. And so what I've been seeing for people at all levels of the organization in the hospital during this time is that sense of professionalism. And I'm really proud of the people that work here. Some new employees, some people that have been here for decades, like me. It's been a great experience. Hope we don't have to repeat it anytime soon. But it's a great thing to see the best brought out in people. The people that you work with every day and you kind of take for granted. In normal times, it seems a lot of times we're concerned mostly with processes, following rules, following regulations, making sure papers are filled out and reimbursement gets done. We get distracted by the things about medicine that did not attract us to medicine in the first place. But when the chips are down, when we're in disaster mode, that all kind of drifts to the past, and we recapture that enthusiasm we had when we first decided we wanted to go into healthcare, when we wanted to take care of people and fight disease, fight injury. That all comes back. No matter how old you are, that comes back. And I've seen it in people's eyes. Their eyes are tired, but there's still a light in there. I'm so proud of everybody I've worked with here for a short time, for a long time. It's really a job well done. And I'm sorry that the community has had to experience this great catastrophe, but it's brought out the best in a lot of people. So I guess that's a plus.